Hattie and I am back with my new Rags to Riches challenge. So this is Vito Verona. He is going to be the main character of this whole series and it's going to be about his journey from 0 simoleons to hopefully rather a lot of simoleons and a humongous mansion by the end of this series. And it is also going to be a little bit of a legacy challenge as well, because I'm hoping that Vito will have his own family and that's where things will really start to spruce up a little bit and it should be pretty interesting. He is going to join the criminal career track. He's just moved to the new area of Oasis Springs and he doesn't really know much about the area. We don't know much about his backstory, unfortunately. He doesn't really have a lot about him and he's a very, very mysterious person, so he keeps a lot of his history completely quiet. Maybe in the future his backstory will start to unravel and we'll find more out about him and why he's here in Oasis Springs in the first place. But as of now, he's just arrived. He has 0 simoleons in his pocket. He has the clothes on his back that he's worn yesterday, the day before that, the day before that. And he needs a house. So I think the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to go into live mode now, and this is the 50 by 50 plot I have put him on. So I decided on a 50 by 50 plot because I want a lot of room for this mansion, which I will hopefully be building him as soon as he starts to have a little bit of money in his pocket. But I mean, in the meantime, I think I'll just start to build him a tiny little thing in the middle here. We'll just see what happens. But I think the first thing that I want to do is make sure that he does join a career. So that's the first priority because that's what he will be getting most of his money from anyway. And he's going to do that now. And I want him to join the criminal career track. So I have had a look at all these different careers, which I'm sure a lot of you are aware of, but some of them are with expansion packs. But I think criminal suits him the best because they are wanting a tough guy, and he definitely looks like a tough guy. And I think that at the moment, he doesn't really care where his money comes from. He just wants some money so he can have a nice plot of land and a nice house and start his life. So he's going to be a criminal and he doesn't want to play by the rules. He's going to make tons of simoleon and have fun as an outlaw. The career branches are a boss and an oracle. He's going to be earning 9 simoleons an hour. Oh my goodness. That is hardly anything. But yeah, let's go for it. That's what he's going to be. So he's got work in 2 days. So in the meantime, I think the best thing that he can do is hopefully start collecting some of these items. Now, I don't want to fast forward time too much because I think what's going to happen is I'm going to start fast forwarding time and he's going to start to need more things. So I'm going to play it slowly until we find an item and then we can speed it up a little bit. So I'm just going to search these areas and see if there's anywhere around here that he can hopefully harvest a carrot. View sage bush? Why would we view it? Why would we view it? I mean, does that do anything? I don't know. I hope we're just not going to be viewing sage bushes and getting nothing for them, because I think that the best thing that he could possibly do right now would be to harvest some of these bushes. No, so we can't, unfortunately, can't harvest them just yet. But I'm hoping that around these areas there will be some items to collect. But I don't think that there are any rocks down here, at least not rocks that I can see. Oh, look for frogs. Yes. Okay, we found loads of rocks actually now I think about it. Don't really want to talk to this welcoming wagon. I know that the welcoming wagon's really friendly, but I did say in another one of my videos that the welcoming wagon is the most annoying thing, and I'm definitely going to stick to my word on that. They always arrive when you just don't want them to, and they could just never arrive at the right time. Yes, you are not wanted here. I'm so sorry, whatever your name is, but she's probably going to dislike us. She ain't. Okay. She ain't. Maybe we'll be really good friends with She ain't in the future, but I just don't think as of now things are going to work out for this friendship. So there's a little secret hole here, but I'm not sure where it leads to, which is actually lovely. So we need handiness skill level 10, so maybe at some point we can get that. He hasn't even got any money yet, so that's not fantastic. We have got some fossil rocks, so that's 50 simoleons. Okay, this is going up pretty quickly. Pretty sure that you can buy a chair for about 30 simoleons. Emerald 20, that's wonderful. And spotted heart frog, but I really like that frog. Okay, we're going to sell it anyway, because there'll be many days when we can collect more frogs. I want to harvest some things, but I'm not sure where he can harvest some things from. I was really hoping that there'd be some plants around this area, but I think that in the future we will just have to see what happens. There doesn't appear to be anything to harvest at this time. Come back later. Okay, there's some rocks over here. Fantastic. Maybe it's just Oasis Springs that has these rocks. I don't know, but maybe I will go to Willow Creek in a second, and that means that we can then go and see what is there and what Willow Creek has to offer. I know that we are going on our neighbour's turf now, which I hope they don't mind, but I don't even know who lives there, to be honest, so I don't know if that's a big deal. I am just not sure. So let's sell some of this stuff. We've got an alabaster. It looks so pretty. We have a mysterious time capsule. Let's see how much that's worth, though. I don't know if it's best. Okay, it's probably best to just sell it because it will probably offer us something which is less worth to us. I don't know. It's kind of a little bit of a gamble with that sort of stuff, so I don't want to risk it too much. Okay, we are well on our way. 250 simoleons. That's actually pretty good for a day's work. That's more than he would get in the criminal career track, and that was from doing absolutely nothing. But let's travel. Let's go to the park, and let's go to the Willow Creek park because I'm hoping that we'll find some seeds there. We are just in the base game park here, so this is just the standard Willow Creek starting park that we have. I haven't put anything fancy into the world because I did actually just want to play properly and just see what happens. So other than him looking for frogs, I don't particularly want him to go fishing because I think that's more building the skill set. Even though, to be honest, it's a long process, but he could get pretty good at that in the future. I wish that I did change him to be a kleptomaniac, so I might actually change that for him in the future because if you saw the creator sim of Vito, he is family orientated, romantic and ambitious, but I might actually change the ambitious or family orientated to being a kleptomaniac. He can't catch a frog. Well, he could catch one before, so maybe he can catch one now. I don't know, he can just keep trying because unless I can actually see something around this park which is meaningful and will give us some money, I am not interested in anything else. This is so cute, this little area here. Oh, I love that. Looks like some other Sims have got the same idea as Vito by just being a cheapskate like us. Fantastic. Maybe that's a possible friend for Vito in the future. Who knows? So I just want to see if there's anything in these bushes before we move on because he can't even garden any of these things here. Maybe if he gets a gardening skill though. How can we do that? We don't even have any books or anything. Maybe we'll have to go to the library. Let's see. There doesn't seem to be anything here worth our time. And that really disappoints me. So we're going to travel again and I'm going to take Vito to the library. He's not having much luck with any of these frogs. So I think it's definitely a good idea that we go somewhere else. Maybe to the library and then at least we can get a gardening manual. And hopefully that will get him a gardening skill pretty soon. And that will mean that he will be able to hopefully harvest some of those plants. At least I'm hoping it's that way. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so we are going to read Gardening Volume 1. Fantastic, it's here already. Oh, and our friend's here. She's not really our friend. She is our enemy. She hates us. She absolutely hates us, so we don't know anything about her. I'm really hoping that he will be able to learn the skill, acquire gardening skill. That's all we need. You can just stick that in your inventory and you can collect it. I really hope that we can just keep it and he can maybe get another skill out of it. Nope, you can't take it with you. We're going to go back to the house though because I think now he's getting a little bit hungry and he needs the toilet. It's probably the best thing to do because that means that we can start building a little bit and hopefully we will be able to build something really cute with what we have. I have no idea how amazing this is going to look. It's probably going to look pretty bad. He found a leaf frog that was only worth 10 simoleons, but it's better than nothing. And maybe now, because we have 260 simoleons, what can we buy for that? I think I'm going to get him this little bed here. It's not really much at all, but at least it's something. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm just going to make it look a little bit better. Maybe just put some landscaping around it a little bit. Can we build a wall? We can't even build a wall. That is all he has. Maybe now though, if we go to live mode, then he can actually harvest some of these plants. No, Really? You can't even harvest them? Well, we can't afford a toilet for him, unfortunately. So if he needs the toilet, then he will just have to go by himself. And there's not much that we can really do about that, but unfortunately he hasn't really got much that we can give him at the moment. It's going to be very difficult him starting with 0, because in most cases you'd start with a starter home, but in this case we really can't. So he is in a very tricky situation where he is going to be struggling for food and also going to the toilet. I'm hoping that maybe he can have the option to maybe wet himself. I don't know. We'll just see what happens, because I don't think that he will die or anything. I think that what will happen is he is just going to be super hungry, and we might even have to go somewhere and rummage through some bins. In fact, no, that's a really good idea, actually. I'm going to find a bin that he can rummage through and hopefully find some food somewhere. So we might even have to travel again. I might have to travel. Let's do it. Let's travel again with Vito here. He's feeling very embarrassed. Even though there's no one to feel embarrassed around, he's just feeling incredibly embarrassed. I actually think for his sake at the moment, it's probably better if he stays at the park instead of his house, because his house is just so pitiful. It doesn't even have a wall or a roof or anything. Just says a lot, really. At least he can rummage in these bins, and hopefully he can find some food by doing that. He hasn't really found anything yet. There is no fresh trash to rummage around in. Okay. Brew herbal remedy. Okay, we can't even do anything there. Let's see what we can do. There is nothing here for him. I feel really bad for him, but I'm hoping that in the morning, it's going to be a struggle. It is a struggle, and it's a hard challenge to do, especially as there really isn't a lot that we can do with what we have here. I don't really want to put a fridge here anyway, because I do want to play by the rules a little bit, so we shall see what happens. Still rummaging, no fresh trash, really? Absolutely nothing. This is not good. You might even have to go fishing and just hope for the best, because if he finds a fish, then at least he can actually eat that fish. I'm hoping. I don't know if it's going to go that way, but we can all hope for things. Okay, rocks. That's fantastic. Okay, we've got some rocks over here. Oh, we have a used bathroom. Okay, that's good. So I didn't know we had a bathroom there. There's also another bin, which there are flies around, and that might indicate that there were originally some things in that bin. I don't know. But there are a lot of places to fish, and I really like the idea of that. Also, I'm finding a lot of rocks, which is going to be very helpful for him, and that is probably the best thing. Oh, he dug up another capsule. That's fantastic. So we can sell that, and hopefully... I don't know whether we should open it though. No, we need the money. We really need the money. So, oh, another one. 140. Yes, that's fantastic. That is really good. So we just found 2 time capsules, and that will hopefully give him enough money to maybe make himself a drink. I don't want him to get too hungry, because I don't want him to feel uncomfortable. I mean, I know that he's already feeling extremely uncomfortable, but I think that I really don't want him to feel any more uncomfortable than he is. So whenever I can get him some food and things, I absolutely will do that. You just have to see how that goes. So it's going to dig up some more rocks here, because I'm starting to find a whole collection of rocks that I just didn't know about until now. So, oh my gosh, there's some more. Fantastic. We found some more rocks, which look pretty interesting as well. He apparently found a treasure map. Oh my gosh, he's finding crystals and everything. Vito just found a crystal, a limestone, an amethyst. Oh my gosh, we have a whole collection going on here. Some of these are really rare. I'm actually very happy with his work. I'm going to sell some of these. I think that it's just probably best, especially as we really need the money. So he has 460 simoleons now, which is so good. So I think what we'll do is we'll go back to the house, and then after that, I will buy him something that he can get some food out of, and it is nearly time for work after that. So we shall see how that goes. So hopefully after he's had all his fun here, he's got all the rocks, or as far as I can see, we will travel back to the house. So he's back at the house now, and I'm actually very happy that he has a lot more money to play around with. Not gonna lie, I was starting to get very anxious about what was going to happen for Vito's future here and if he was going to last another episode. But now he almost has 1,000 simoleons. I mean, okay, that is very optimistic of me, of course. But actually, he's doing rather well. So appliance-wise, let's see what we can buy him. We could get him a fridge. We could get him a microwave. Is there anything that he can have outside? I don't think that he needs a bin just yet because he doesn't have anything to put in the bin. So we could buy him a stove. Let's see though. I think the fridge would probably be the best idea, but I'm trying to find out whether he can have a little grill here because that would be good too. I can't remember if in the outdoor retreat pack you can have a little lunch bag which will give you food and it's really, really cheap to have. Okay, so I think the best thing that he will go with at the moment is a fridge. And I will also get him a counter, which is going to look absolutely terrible. But this is his little collection down here, so it's not actually a lot. But I think for what it is at the moment, he's doing pretty well. He can only afford one wall, so I just don't think that it's even worth putting it in at the moment because it's just so little. But this is his little place. It's so small, but it means that he can get himself some food and that should hopefully be quite nice for him to do. So he can eat some garden salad, which I'm pretty happy about. I don't know if he'll just be able to do that with just these things here. I think that I'll probably need to get him a little sink at some point, but that will probably be in the next part and hopefully a shower. But anyway, that is the end of part 1. So I really hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear your suggestions below if you have any for this Let's Play. And I will speak to you all in the next part.